The only reason you do not know that you are not a mistake is because you don't. Don't even try it. Don't even come for him unless he sends for you. But first and foremost, God makes no mistakes. Then girlfriend, your daggone sure gonna have to believe it scientifically. Your life was pre-approved by the creator of the universe. This is the Ever Airwaves Think podcast, brought to you by Live One Company, where we explore ideas that challenge, comfort, and clarify. I'm Liv, and in every episode, we break down life's complexities with intellect, insight, and a touch of curiosity. All right, we're on air. Surprise, surprise, you are not a mistake, queen. Yes, you are not a mistake. This is a whole truth bomb. You are on purpose. But the key to know why you are on purpose sums up to this one little thing. You must know your purpose. Let's talk about it. Who told you that you are a mistake? Like, who told you that you are a mistake? The lies, the lies, the lies. Yes, I said it in my Candy Burris voice. Candy Burris Tucker. Put some respect on her name because some things do deserve a dramatic emphasis. I'm busting lies today and breaking chains because you are not a mistake. You are here on purpose. Let me say that louder for the folks in the back. You are on purpose, sis. Let's not skate over the word purpose. It's the key to understanding your value. If you're here, you're meant to be here because faith, your faith, F-A-I-T-H, says so. Science says so. Common sense says so. This is not up for debate. This is the real deal. Real deal, Holyfield. You are here on purpose. You are not a mistake. And we're going to get into it. Before we take this submarine down into the deep abyss, yes, I said submarine and deep abyss. We going down, down, down into the Indian Ocean. Because some of y'all are really surface level when it comes to things, when you really should be getting into the nitty gritty, into the core of things to really understand them. I always wanted to know the reasons why behind things, because the reasons why tell me everything I need to know. Anywho, the point I'm trying to make, because I do have to put my Black girl spiritual and science hat on and break this all the way down for you spiritually and scientifically to help you understand the reason why you're not a mistake. Yes, we're going to do a faith-based deep dive and systematic study of the structure and behavior of physical and natural world through observation, experimentation, and testing of theories against the evidence obtained. You know, I had to give you the whole definition of how we gonna get into the core of things. But do I have your attention now? I'm just making sure I have some intellectuals in the building, sitting on ready to get this, ready to hear, ready to understand, ready to learn, and to know that they are not a mistake. If that's you, let's go. Let's talk about it. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, it's all one and the same, all right? But first and foremost, God makes no mistakes. He literally does everything on purpose. He is the strategic of the strategic. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. There is no fault in him whatsoever. The only one that is with fault is us. Because we are human. We are spiritual beings and human bodies and have our own free will. God makes no mistakes because God didn't wait until you were conceived to decide who you'd be. God is very methodical, meaning everything he does is carefully and precisely thought through. Like your life was pre-approved by the creator of the universe. Sis, you were seen, you were named, and you were assigned before your parents even knew each other. Okay, before they even met, God was like, this is gonna be your parents, they're gonna conceive you, and voila, here you are. That's how strategic God is. He was thinking ahead before thinking ahead. So when you hear people say, yeah, I was an accident, I was a mistake, my mama had me at 16, oh, I don't know who my daddy is, oh, my real parents didn't want me. Sis, you were seen, you were named, and you were assigned before your parents even knew each other. Before they even met, God was like, these two people are going to come together. They are going to produce this beautiful baby, and and this is what's going to happen because I said so. Like, God thought this out way before. He thought it out even before existed. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you hear people say, yeah, I was an accident, I'm a mistake, my mama had me at 16, oh, I don't know who my daddy is, my real parents don't want me, or they didn't want me, or I don't know who they are, blah, 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 blah. Okay, enough. Enough of that. Although you may feel that you are an accident, that you were a mistake, you were intentional by the Creator. So please stop playing with the master. The Creator is an artist. And what does Erykah Badu say? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my what? About her work. Now, I say work because we're talking about God right now. But, if I wasn't using God in this context, okay, I would be singing it like Erykah Badu. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my... If you know, you know. One of the first things God tells us in the very beginning in the book of Genesis is that he is the creator and that he has made the heavens and earth. And then he goes on and on and on how he made everything. I mean, he spent a lot of time in the first part of Genesis, like chapters 1, chapter 2, letting you know how he formed and made everything. So that just lets you know about his intention and the level of detail. I mean, you go read it. Okay. But if you're calling yourself an accident, I'm gonna need for you to stop because you are literally disrespecting and discrediting God. How you in your big mouth going to say you were a mistake? Go start at Genesis 1 and keep reading, Queen, because your math ain't mathin' when you say that. That's why they tell you when you pray to ask for forgiveness of omission and commission. Omission for the things you are unaware of or forget about that you really don't do on purpose, and commission for the things that you're doing in real time on purpose that you know that's not right. But baby girl, if you're saying you're a mistake, go ahead and ask God for forgiveness of your omission because you are not acknowledging God. You are deducing that he is the great I am. You are deducing and reducing and trying to not give him credit for his power. And that's disrespectful because he makes no mistakes. Like, what's wrong with you? He gonna say, get away from me. I never knew you at them pearly gates. I'm kidding. I am so kidding because God knows the human in us, but I need for you to stop being a dishonorable woman. Okay. So, and I say dishonorable, like unknowingly, but if you are saying you are a mistake when he reminds you also in Exodus, Deuteronomy, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Amos, John, Acts, Romans, Colossians, Hebrews, and in Revelations, that he created all things, just in case you forgot, he made sure he reminded you all throughout the Bible from the beginning to the very end that he was a creator and he made all things. Girl, stop playing with him because it's giving less than smart, friend. It's giving real less than smart. All right. And I want you to be smart. But to be clear, crystal clear from a spiritual and biblical perspective, you are not a mistake. Everything about you is on purpose. The timing of your life was chosen on purpose. You are not late. You are not behind. You were born in the generation and in the era you're supposed to be born in. You are the age you're supposed to be. You are in the body you're supposed to be in. Now, can that body use some improvements? Of course. Okay. Because me too. I mean, ain't nobody tell you to go be eating out every day, not working out, not taking care of yourself. But that's another whole different conversation for another whole day. What I'm trying to say is everything is divine by God. The only reason you do not know that you are not a mistake is because you don't know what your purpose is. Like I said at the very beginning, that's it and that's all. When you find out your purpose, who you are and what you're supposed to be doing in life, it will be your confirmation that you are 1000% not a mistake. And I actually have a deep dive on this coming later in another episode. So please stay tuned to this podcast and subscribe and follow the channel because you will be pleasantly surprised by what I have to share regarding your purpose in life. By the way, if I don't say this enough, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. The numbers are not lying. The numbers for this podcast have really taken off globally, specifically on 3 continents, North America, Africa, and Europe, on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, Amazon Music, and on Audible. And I am super grateful for you for that. So keep sharing this podcast, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow, subscribe, share with a friend. And then also let us know, like, let me know where you're from. Like, leave that in the comments so I can see where everyone else is listening from. If you were like from Asia or are you from Antarctica or something. But I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back into the science of things next. Spiritually, you are not a mistake. God said, don't even try it. Don't even come for him unless he sends for you, because scientifically as well, you are not a mistake. So he got all bases covered. You tried it. If you can't believe spiritually that you are here on purpose, then girlfriend, you're daggone sure gonna have to believe it scientifically. And remember, science is tested through hypothesis. So what I'm about to share has been proven, but if you wanna argue on these facts, go off, sis, go off. Shout out to my science queens, because you ladies are problem solvers, techies, doctors, pharmacists, nurses, teachers, innovators. You ladies are real critical thinkers, and we need more of you, right? We need more STEM. We need more women, Black women in science. All right. I'm going to keep this plain and simple. In the human biology of it all, you are not a mistake. Your daddy's sperm hunted for one of your mama's eggs, and possibly more than one egg for the twinsies, the triplets, and the quads that are out there. Child, God bless y'all if you are a multiple, okay, or a parent of a multiple. It's cute and all, but that's a lot of kids at once. I mean, it's giving Octomom. And actually, I do know a set of triplets. They are nothing alike, but they look alike and are close as adults, but not too close. Like they respect each other's like differences and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. So it's like two girls and a boy, or really I should say two women and a guy or a man, because they're adults. But anyway, the two girls, they give me the Tia and Tamara Mori energy, while the boy is like one of their younger brothers. I would say like Taj or something. I forget the other brother's name. He's really, really quiet. He wasn't an actor. Anyway, y'all keep sending out the prayer warriors for Tia and Tamara Mori. I think they are really on the mend now, but those are our favorite Black girl TV twins from Sister Sister. And don't you feel a little sad inside when they revealed they were not as close? Well, really, Tia revealed it. I mean, they literally were not even speaking last year. I mean, I know one was like in SoCo, California, and the other one in Northern California, something like that. The distance, I mean, that's your twin, you know, but I think we all felt that. I think we all felt hurt, but I guess, you know, all siblings have their ups and downs between each other. And at some point, you know, they'll get it together. And hopefully it'll be more ups than it is downs. So anyway, we're going to keep praying for them. But from the triplets I know, one of the sisters, they recently got married. She was a beautiful bride. I mean, stunning. And the triplets, they love each other so much. Their love is unmatched, and you can just tell from their pictures and everything. And I just love how they've got each other's back. And I'm like, how did the mama do it? Like 3 at one time? Help us all. All right. So back to the subject at hand, and that's your daddy's sperm. Your daddy's sperm had one mission and one mission only, which was to find the egg. All right, that's the goal. And the interesting thing about this is that it's proven in science that during your daddy's ready or not, here I come, Fuji's mission to find your mama's egg, all of your mother's eggs that were hanging out there saw your daddy's sperm coming, and they fell back. All of them fell back. They retreated except one. So they basically, the eggs was like, here comes a sperm. They all retreated and left one by themselves, right? And that was your mama's main egg, and that was you, pretty much to be found and touched and agreed on by your daddy's sperm. They were locked and loaded. So how lovely. Like, it's really crazy work. It's a whole mission out there. If your mama's egg wants to be found, it's going to be found. Okay. It's going to connect and it's going to attach to the sperm. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you, the egg cannot escape this. It's this wild, magnetic, natural force. And because of this natural force, it's the very reason you are not a mistake. At the bare molecule level, you're already meant to be bare molecule level. Oh my goodness, I'm just coming up with stuff. But seriously, out of 500 million of your daddy's little swimmers, one of them made it to one of your mother's eggs. And like that, you were conceived. Do you know the odds of that? Like practically zero. The odds of that is practically zero, but yet here you are, boo. Okay, you are here in living color on planet Earth, living your life. So the mere fact you were born and are here on planet Earth and out of your own control, like you didn't even come up with this, you couldn't do this, this just happened naturally, tells you everything you need to know right there about the power of unseen divine authority causing natural forces to create you and get you here. I don't have to tell you that you were already known by God before even being conceived and in your mother's womb. If you're spiritually aligned to the word, then you know this already. You know that before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. You know that that's what God said in Jeremiah 1:5. Now, does that sound like a mistake to you? Because they don't to me. Absolutely not. It sounds like it was very purposeful. And sis, if you can't wrap your mind around this concept, then you're going to have to go do some studying of biology, human anatomy, and the creation of mankind on your own, because I did. And I just gave you my good brown skin, goddess, black girl magic, scientific, Nubian queen version of how, even in scientific relation, why you are not a mistake. So don't ever say I didn't teach you anything, because I just did. You're welcome. Story time. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this wild story and how I realized I was not a mistake. When things have happened to me in my life, or like anyone else that's had to go through life's ups and downs, our human selves a lot of times want to fist fight our spiritual being selves because of our lack of understanding of all the whys in our life. We want to know what's happening. Why is this going on? What are the reasons for this? We want answers. And honestly, we all need more spiritual knowledge and wisdom to guide our human selves. The more spiritual knowledge we obtain, the more answers we will be able to have, because we are able to understand why we are here, why we are on purpose, and why we are not a mistake. Neither here nor there. One day, my mama, she got to talking, and I really don't remember how we even got on the subject. I think it was actually on my birthday. It was on my birthday just a few years ago, and she decided to wait until I was a grown woman to tell me something that she thought was funny and cute, but very significant. And for me to understand as a woman why I am definitely not a mistake and am absolutely supposed to be here. My mama was holding secrets, y'all. But here it is. She didn't tell me when I was young or when I was a teen. I guess parents tell you things when they're ready for you to know on a need to know basis or according to their timeline. But my mom let me know on my birthday while I'm over here adulting, because y'all, I hate adulting sometimes. Woo, child. All right, let me be a kid again, because all these responsibilities, it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, as a grown woman, and this probably is the same for most, I don't care how old you are, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and even 70s, you still your mother's child. They may see you as a grown woman and that you have grown up, but excuse me, Miss Ma'am, you ain't grown. Your mama is your mama and your daddy is your daddy forever, in my Cardi B voice. So the parents are still parenting at whatever age they are at. Lord, let me focus. My mom thought it was a grand idea to tell me that I was truly one of a kind because I made it past her birth control. She said her and my daddy was not looking to have me when they had me. I was like, now what now? When my parents had my older brother, yes, my parents, two-parent home, no tea, no shade. But when they had my older brother, in which I call him a big head, but I guess that's very immature of me to say, but hey, you know, he's still a big head in my eyes. But anyway, that boy was enough children for them at the time. He was the equivalent of 2 to 3. Boys are a handful, okay? And they were like, ooh, no, that's it for now. Maybe another one down the road, because child, like I said, he was enough. And boys are wild. I can only imagine how it is for a single parent. So shout out to all the single mothers listening, because whew, I know you have a lot of patience and it's a lot to raise a child as a single parent. So more power to you and God's grace, and keep pushing. As I was saying, one child was enough for them at the time, and my mom and dad thought they were good for several years before they would even expand their family anymore. And then my mom started getting sick and didn't know what was going on. So she finally went to the doctor to find out, like, what's going on? Why am I sick? She just knew she wasn't pregnant, so she had already ruled that out because she was on birth control. She thought she had a stomach bug or something, but y'all, she was pregnant with me while on birth control, which explains a lot about me, because I'm different, y'all. I'm real different. I'm in a league of my own. Okay, you can't touch this. But hey, I came out healthy and right. Okay, so find somebody else to play with. Okay. But yep, that's the moment when I realized just a few years ago as an adult that I was not a mistake in life and that I am 99.99999% supposed to be here. God had spoken to my parents that day when they found that out. God was like, I don't care about no birth control or any other blockers. He was like, conceive her, birth her, bring her forth. She's a star. I have plans for her. He said it and it was done. So y'all, I was fighting for my life. I had my mama's IUD and a chokehold. All right. I was up in them ovary streets pushing through, y'all. I fought the birth control and all. I beat up the birth control. I always knew I was a fighter. I say I'm a lover, but I guess I'm a fighter at heart too. Anyway, the birth control was trying to block my daddy's sperm, but baby, I am the people's champ, okay? Here I am, here I stand. I was the homie Amazon Street Viola Davis and my woman king egg meat sperm era. Don't play with her. I am no mistake over here. You see, God had his little talk with me before I was even conceived, and his war of complexity and resiliency ushered me right on through the birth canal anyway, because I am on purpose and not a mistake. And this is facts on facts on facts, big facts. And it's curated just for this audience and rated C++S for classy, spiritual, scientific storytelling. My storytelling, don't play with it. I'm a whole statistic, y'all. Like, why was I part of the 8% of my generation that made it past the birth control? Throw the whole contraceptive away, please, because I won. I'm here, and what makes it better is I know exactly why I'm here and what my purpose is in life, and I love my purpose. I cannot wait until I give you guys an episode on your purpose. It's coming, and it will be quite the revelation for many. If you still feel like you're a mistake, I really hate that for you, because you're not. You have to know your purpose, and your purpose in life is really not rocket science at all. I've said it a few times in episodes before and in this one, and I'll say it over and over again. Your purpose in life is directly tied to your gifts and talents. Your gifts and talents are every reason you were placed here, and the very reason you are not a mistake. You have something in you which is greatness, and that greatness has to come out of you. It has to. You have to live in that. You have to live in that because that is your purpose. We are all here to be blessed and to bless others. You know how blessings are. They have that 360 effect where we give and we receive them in abundance. It's that orbit effect so we can all live our lives abundantly. If you cannot agree with me on this, then you're muy loca en la cabeza. It's giving crazy in the head, sis, because I have laid out all the facts for you and why you are meant to be and why you are 1000% not a mistake. Our lives are meant to be enjoyed and full of plenty when living in your purpose. All right, here's a defining moment. I want to talk about Tracee Ellis Ross. You know, our girl Joan from the TV show we all love, Girlfriends. You're my girlfriend, there through thick and thin. My girlfriend. I'll probably just butcher that. I know I did, but don't be judging my singing though. Okay. Big ups and shout out to Angie Stone. She did her thing with this song. Rest in peace to her because she is gone too soon. But anyway, Tracee Ellis Ross is an award-winning actress, a businesswoman, and just an all-around that girl. She's a queen, y'all, and we honestly all just love her, right? But don't let the successful Black woman aura fool you into thinking her life has been crystal clear. Before her recent interview with our beautiful forever First Lady Michelle Obama and her brother Craig Robinson's new podcast, I've been reading up on Tracee Ellis Ross for a while because I like to study Black women who are doing things, who are movers, shakers, and all that good stuff. And she's definitely one of them. But Tracee had this aha moment one day, a personal reckoning with herself when she hit 30. She realized her life was non-traditional. She said that her life did not fit society's narrative that comes with marriage and kids, and you get the idea. It all made her feel like something was wrong, like she was doing something wrong. Then one day she entertained this very powerful question: what if my life is happening exactly as it's supposed to? That is a very powerful, thought-provoking thought. And that question was the shift. It was her revelation to dig deeper into her purposeful life, which many of us from the outside can agree and say, oh yes, she's certainly living a meaningful life. But Tracy really dug into the essence of who she was, like her humor, her voice, her creativity. And she seems to truly be a joyous woman that knows she's not a mistake. And she's a huge encourager to those, and to other women, and pretty much to embrace themselves fully and know that they're here on purpose. I really like her because she knows exactly who she is and has really defined what she wants in life. And she is not a mistake. She's not a mistake at all. I know she talks about her love life and wanting to date a younger man. I get where she's coming from, because she was just saying that some of these men are real old and seasoned and they don't have this young spirit about them and they just want somebody to take care of them. That's not what she's looking for. She's looking for someone who can match her energy but also elevate her at the same time. Her life is a testament that you don't need to check anyone else's boxes to really prove anything about yourself. I mean, God checked all of our boxes before he even packaged and shipped us out here, right? Because God's work is done, right? He works in a done state of mind. He already told you that he was creator of the heavens and the earth. He let us know that he rested on the last day because he was done. So your purpose is yours to claim, and it's who God made you. What he's given you and what he says is yours. And the moment you do this and the moment you accept this and realize this, everything else starts to align. You are not a mistake, sis. And I know at times it can sound so cliche, but the truth is the truth. Your existence is your evidentiary proof of purpose, like your intention, your divine alignment. And science backs this up. It's not just from spiritual speaking. I even went to the science book, right? And guess what? Who created science? God, right? Because he's a creator. And we talked about him being a creator at the top of this episode. And to add to all of this, your gifts and talents validate your purpose. And the fact that you are still here, still living, still breathing, still learning, growing, and glowing up, it confirms you are not a mistake. You are not a mistake, girl. So just get off of that, please. Please stop doubting yourself. This world really needs what you bring to the table, and I need what you bring to the table, and the next woman and the next woman and your man and your child and your friends and people you don't know, people you haven't met yet. These people need what you bring to the table because it's going to bless somebody, and then you're going to receive a blessing on top of that. So the blessings just keep flowing. So don't rob us because you think you are a mistake. You are absolutely on purpose. Now go out there and live your life on purpose. Thanks for listening to the Ever Airwaves Think podcast. If today's episode made you elevate, share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep questioning until you have those answers. I'm out.